Today I'm making groundnut soup, which is known to be eaten by Ghanaians. For the ingredients with the protein, I'm using beef and chicken, and I'm also using mackerel fish. As Ghanaians, protein is protein. We don't mind mixing them. And I'm also going to use my tin tomato paste. I have my spices right there, salt, onions here, ginger. This is my garlic that I'll be using. And I also have some fresh peppers. We love our food spicy. Then I have my groundnut paste, also known as peanut paste or peanut butter. The first thing I'll do is to steam the protein. So I would add the spices to it. I'm using garlic. Use whichever amount is right for you. Then you can proceed by adding the onion. Next is the salt, and I will add some Maggi. I mean, you can go with whichever spices work best for you. You can even decide to add complete seasoning or whatever, and that will be just fine. Then I take it to the stove and then proceed by adding just a little water to it. Cover it with a lid and then leave it to boil. Then we can proceed with blending. So I'm going to be blending my onions, garlic, and ginger all together. I always cook with these ingredients. There is no way I'm cooking my soup or my stew and you will not find ginger, garlic, or onions in them. I will then add a little water to it and proceed to blend this for just a minute. So I just finished blending and this is how it looks. I can now attend to the meat. As you can see, it's beginning to boil and I decided to add some of the blended ingredients to it to add some flavor. Just stir it and mix it all together. This actually smells so good. Someone was once asking me, or rather telling me that, she doesn't understand why Ghanaians, we eat, different proteins all together. We mix everything, combine fish, meat, chicken, when we are cooking. They don't get it. I mean, what's wrong with that? They are all proteins. So, what's up? Anyway, that's culture for you. What I'm doing here is to add the fish because the fish is very soft, and it cooks really fast. So, I need to cook the beef or chicken first, steam it first, allow it to come to a boil before I add the fish, since the texture is different. Here I'm just trying to make sure the fish sit right inside the stock. I mean, you can just decide to leave it like that, but I just thought of doing it this way. I then covered it but decided to, add some water to it, more water, just because I need more of the stock. Then I left it to come to a complete boil, and this is how it looks. Then I take it off, and now we're ready for the peanut. So I could have decided to, cook the peanut on a separate area, but I wanted to do it one at a time. I'm gonna use this same pot for the peanut, the soup itself. So I'm just transferring the meat into, a different pan or pot. So I first took all the meat out, and then the last was the fish because I didn't want the fish to break in it. So let's begin with this. We are going to get our water. Usually I don't measure how much water I use. I just fetch the water, but I make sure I don't fetch it too much or go overboard. But it also depends on the quantity of soup that I'm preparing. Then I cover it and allow it to come to a boil. This is my groundnut paste. When I was taking the groundnut paste out of the can, I realized it was too hard. Like the can has been sitting there for so long, like it's been in the shelf for long, so it has become so hard, and it's actually hard for it to, dissolve easily in the water. But after some time and constant stir, it gets better. So don't be like me. When you're gonna cook your groundnut soup, use fresh groundnut paste or one that is not hard. Else you're gonna get tired stirring for so long. This is how it looks finally. It's quite better. But you can still see some balls in it, but it would be fine. It just takes time. So the longer you leave it, the more it becomes thicker and thicker. When I realized some of the paste was getting, so hard to dissolve, what I did was to take them out, put them in a bowl, put some cold water in it, and mashed it with my hands, and then poured it back inside the pot. There are some people that would even prefer to mash all the peanut they are going to use, whether it's already soft or not, and put it on fire. But I don't, prefer that method. I only use that method when I know that the butter is hard. But in this case, I didn't even realize until my water was boiling. So I left it covered for some time, and after some time you see the groundnut oil coming out. This is healthy oil, you guys. It's not mixed with anything. It's coming out, directly from the groundnut or peanut. It has become thick, so I'm gonna add my water to it. Not too much, but add a lot and let it look like this. And I almost forgot to say something. Never cover your peanut soup when it's at this stage entirely. Anytime you're gonna cover it, you should, cover it halfway, or don't even cover it at all, else your soup is going to pour when it comes to a boil. Always pay attention to it. Next, I added my tomato paste, and this is to give it the color, the beauty. And when you mix it, this is how the color would look. Very clean, very nice. You don't have to actually stir it too much at this stage. I'm just trying to be, extra. I'm gonna leave this to boil and everything will mix up by itself. So this is how it looks so far. What do you think? I love the turnout and trust me, it's way better at the end. The beauty of this is seeing the process and the final results. Look at that. Just look at that. Like, look at the color. So this was actually left and covered for some time. And this is the turnout. The more you leave it, the more it looks better. So now I'm adding the blended tintings to it and give it a stir. You see how thick this looks? We're gonna actually add water to it. So we'll rinse the things we blended and then just pour it inside. I like how it's looking now, but it looks like I'm gonna have to divide the soup because it's getting full. But before I do that, I'm gonna leave this to come to a boil. And I just remembered that I need to open it halfway so it wouldn't spill. It did come to a boil, but it did spill. But then it would have been worse if it was, covered entirely. So now I'm dividing it into a different, pan. And I'm going to share the ingredients among them. Let's do some blending here. So I want to blend my peppers. And I just added the onion to add volume to it actually. Adding onion again is not necessary because we added it from the beginning when we blended the garlic, onions, and ginger together. So whatever I put in the first pan, I have to repeat in the second and keep it that way till I'm done. Here I just want to rinse the hot pepper inside. I'm still gonna add some of the full peppers in it. And this is just in case, the peppers that I already put inside is not enough. But that is optional. Put whatever hot pepper or spicy that you want to put. Your preferred quantity. Now I can add my meat. I still wouldn't add my fish yet. I need to add the meat stock inside. So what I'm doing here is just to separate, take out the fish. The fish would be the last thing. And pour the stock inside the soup. I'm doing this because the fish is already very soft and I don't want to break it more. But you can decide to, proceed by adding the fish inside if you don't mind. I'm adding more water to this. If you make your groundnut soup very thick, at the end of the day, it looks like something else because it gets thicker when you leave it by itself. So I prefer to make it light, but not too light as well. Then I add the rest of my Maggi cube to add taste to it. If you've realized, I have not added too many spices. Now we can add the almighty fish to the soup. Actually, fish is a main ingredient when cooking groundnut soup. In fact, all the ingredients I use are very important. And for the fish, there is this flavor or taste that you feel when it's present than when it's absent. This is how it looks. So far, everything has gone in there. I added my salt to it off camera. And so when you're preparing this, you can taste your food, your soup, add the amount of salt that is okay for you, and you're good to go. This is how the other half is also doing. I shared everything evenly. So now we're gonna reduce the heat. You can put it on 2 or low, and this is the result. This is how it will look. The oil would come up. Everything is set. This looks so beautiful, delicious, and now we're ready to move on to the fufu. This is powdered plantain. You mix it with water, make it thick, and this is how it looks. Then you put it on fire, then you can stir it. Sometimes the ingredients of the fufu mix is cassava and plantain. Other times it would be just plantain. So stir this, mix it well till it forms a ball and starchy.